let's really just start and talk about your relationship with really one of the true greats of this coaching area, if not across the country.
Well, it's throughout the country. Coach Coles was really well respected and loved. He had an unbelievable knowledge of the game, passion for the game, but more importantly, he had passion for people. He wanted people to do well, and he would give the shirt off his back in order for someone else to be successful, whether that person could help him or not. My father and Coach Coles worked a five-star basketball camp together for a number of years, and it's a sad day. The basketball community, as well as really the country, lost a tremendous person.
When you look about the X's and O's, he was a great coach, won a lot, lots of NCAA tournaments, sent guys to the NBA. But he went beyond that, wasn't he? I mean, I don't know if there was a more enjoyable, funnier guy to do a post-game show. He just loved life, didn't he?
Well, I mean, everybody's going to talk about his post-game interview 4 or 5 years ago when they lost to Kentucky after giving him a great game. That was an unbelievable interview. He loved life, and the thing about Coach Coles was who he was in a press conference is who he was on the practice floor. It's who he was when all the time. There was, he was himself every day. He didn't have a public face and a private face, and you have to respect that. You have to really respect that. And he was always direct and honest in his approach, and I think that the one thing, having talked with guys that played for him, and you can see it coaching against him, is his players left understanding how hard you had to work to be successful in life. And ultimately, I think that was his goal for his players.
And then just to piggyback on it, you coached against him, you knew him. What do you take from what he did on that bench at the other side of you guys, and what has that impacted your coaching career?
Well, I think in terms of from a tactical standpoint, no one's teams were better prepared, especially at the defensive end of the floor, to devise a plan to make it really hard on the opponent's offense. And he was phenomenal at that. He made terrific in-game adjustments. And the one thing about Coach Coles, he coached a very, very long time. And I certainly, as a head coach, caught him towards the tail end of his career. He was not a coach that didn't try different things. He tried different things. He wasn't stuck in his ways when it came to X's and O's. He had 1 year his team ran the Princeton offense. Another year he felt his team needed some ball screen stuff when they had Kenny Hayes from Northmont. And, he was adaptable. And I think that's why he was such a terrific coach for such a long time, is his ability to adapt to the changes in the game of basketball.
A lot of people talked about, you talked about the press conference against Kentucky. That's something a lot of people will remember about him. Is there one thing in particular that you'll always remember about Coach Coles? Just
how gracious he was in defeat, which was very rare if you did beat him. But, when you beat him, there wasn't one of those quick handshakes through the line. It was, congratulatory. And the other thing, he was an old school guy in that he gave credit to other coaches when you played him in his press conferences, and that always, I think, a lot of guys get in there and, when you lose, you talk about you don't give the opponent credit for beating you, and Coach Coles was not that way. He always gave the other players, the other coaches credit when his teams lost, and that might sound simple, but it doesn't always go on in our profession, and that's something I always admired about him.